I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shorts on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Till we find a single reason not to say goodbye. Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm mad at options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Till we find a single reason not to say goodbye.
What's good? What's good? What's good, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is doing okay. We are back with another stream. This time, yet again, World Cup roundup. A couple of crazy games today has been played. France, Denmark. We've had Argentina, Mexico as well with the Messi show, Mbappe show that we got to see. We've had Tunisia, Australia, and then we've had Poland and Saudi Arabia as well. So lots of things to talk about. Especially obviously as everybody would want to know about the Messi goal and also the Mbappe show as well. Messi got an assist as well today, actually, which is not that good. Not that good. Yes, that was a flop. If you come from my Twitter space, you know how it is on there as well. But yeah, welcome everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. This World Cup is turning out to be a show for real, you know. It's turning out to definitely be a show for real. Enzo Fernandez as well coming through, giving us something to think about. There's a lot of Man United fans who want Enzo Fernandez on Man United shirt as well. It's gonna turn out to be an interesting World Cup now that the games are progressing, now that you're seeing games coming thick and fast. It's gonna be interesting. Big up to everyone, and thank you to everyone for joining me on a Saturday evening. You guys could be doing something with your evening, but you've decided to join me, so I appreciate that. Let's actually start off with the main game, Argentina versus Mexico. Not really the main game, but obviously the game that's caused the most stir online. I'll be honest, I'm in the mud. I'm definitely in the mud. I was not expecting that from Messi right at the end. I wasn't. I thought it's gonna turn out to be a Mexico show. We ain't getting Enzo, sadly. Yeah, I thought we're gonna end up getting Mexico to win, and I was back in Mexico. I thought the Mexicans came out real strong, came out real physical, um, and you know, eventually I thought Vega and Lozano, they would do something just enough to pull off a draw, at least to pull off a draw, maybe a goal if they were very lucky. I know they started off with five at the back, but I thought maybe they'll pull off a draw with the 5-3-2 formation that they were playing. At times they had more than five. They nearly had like 7, 8 players in the back line, but they still couldn't stop this guy. And the crazy thing is, Messi didn't really do anything. He didn't really do much. He only just about got that goal. And I made a series of tweets, man. I made a series of tweets trying to call out Messi and saying he's washed, he's not good, yada yada yada. You know how I am. I'm a Ronaldo fan, of course, deep down inside, but at the end it bit me back. I guess it's bit me back, and here I am, man, yet again, gaining a lot of weight because I'm eating humble pie. I'm eating serious humble pie. Wayne, big up Wayne, says the man has ghosted for most of the game and people acting like he had godly performance. He definitely didn't have a godly performance. He was very, very we in the mood for our tweets. Yeah, we in the mood for our tweets. He definitely did not have a good game at all. If you ask me, I think that was a really bad game. That goal just basically saved him. Nobody can lie. Nobody can lie at all. Nobody can sit here and tell me that Messi had a good game. I mean, Marcel, for example, Marcel was saying that Messi needs to channel his inner Ronaldo, which I was very, very surprised. He even tweeted that. But anyways, I I eventually went and tweeted out that my account got hacked, and you know what? That it was funny. Enzo, hi, big up Mike, man. Hey, Mike, I see Enzo now. He came on, put on a show, and he did his thing. And I like that. You know me, I have my criteria, right? I have my criteria is you have to be big game player, you have to turn up. And he turned up. I like players that turn up, especially when a game that matters. So yeah, okay. I would deal with Enzo slightly differently now. Yeah, I would definitely deal with Enzo slightly differently than I did. I needed to see some more, and I'm looking to see a bit more. I'm looking to see starting minutes as well. See how he creates space, see how he finds plays and everything. But that goal was serious. You know that. You can't take anything away from him for that goal. Actually, as well, whilst we're here, let me quickly go and pull up pull up the stats for the game. Let me just pull it up. Bear with me. There we go. It's already up. Oh, where's the stats? There you go. Yeah. Let me just share. Present. There. Mexico were playing almost like an Ecuadorish kind of game, very physical. Possession wise, Argentina having the better possession, but Mexico looking somewhat dangerous, but just didn't have that finishing, the final finishing. Obviously, they collected majority of the yellow cards as well, being the physical team that they were. But similar level of attacks. Obviously, Argentina having slightly more of the dangerous attacks as well, but overall, not really any domination from any team. Loads of free kicks for Argentina, because Mexico being the more physical side, but nothing really to say, you know, that Argentina dominated, because they didn't, in all honesty. And Mexico as well. The keepers both making one save each. I think at the end, Mexico's keeper, people hyped him up a lot. Ochoa, I think people hyped him up a lot, and he didn't really come through at the last bit where he needed to. If you ask me, he needed to come through in the last save, but he didn't. Big up Fat Dot says, big up my favorite dedicated man. Thanks for always rolling out the content. Yeah, man, we trying, man. We trying, we keeping it. Might as well be a priest with how many players I've converted Wayne on. Wayne just. Wayne. You know Wayne. But Enzo, I like Enzo. I like him, but I think I want to see a bit more, man. There's still a bit more that I want to see. His goal was really good. There's nothing I'm saying I can take away, but Messi's assist wasn't really an assist, but the drop of a shoulder, the step over and cut in, it was good. It was good. I wonder what he can do now starting. That's my main thing. I wonder what he can do coming off the bench for Argentina. Also, I will say, World Cup, right? World Cup players turn up differently anyways. That's just the norm, right? That's just how it works. But that Messi GA freaking assist, And you know what? The other thing I will say, if you have a right foot like that, I would want to see you use it more, right? Who wouldn't? If you have a right foot like that, use it and abuse it. I mean, he's clearly that curl was serious. The keeper had no chance at all. Keeper had no chance of saving that at all. Um, yeah. But if you ask me, do Argentina deserve the 2 goals? I want to know. I mean, sure, they deserve the Enzo Fernandez because Enzo did his thing, but do Argentina deserve 2 goals though? Do you think Argentina deserve the 2 goals, chat? I want to ask you lot. This guy, man.
What's going on, man? I just got in. I just got in my yard. I'm only coming on for 10 minutes.
Oh, hold on, let me get my headphones.
Oh, can you hear me? You can't hear me. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can.
I can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm not good, man.
What happened? What happened?
Man, Messi, man, ruined my night, man.
Why? He scored an important goal. He didn't play well, and if you're talking about entertainment value, you didn't get your money's worth. If that's what you're talking about. But
yeah, because I shorted my stock on Messi. I said he's washed.
You're not completely wrong, but you are wrong.
Well, yeah, I'm wrong in this particular evening. I'm wrong, and it bit me back. It bit me back very hard. Flex trolled me. Owen trolled me. Is that you? Yeah, with the trap star. Easy. Okay.
Allow it. This is a normal hoodie, man.
Chill, bro. Chill, but okay, man.
Allow it. It's a normal hoodie, man.
Oh,
allow it, man. Let me put on my coat.
Oh, man said trap star, rock star, lifestyle, baby.
Nah, I like it, man. Let me put on my coat.
Man.
Anyway, go on. Who's trolling you? Chat to me. Go on. Who's trolling you?
Trolled me. Okay, so let me pull up my Twitter and you'll see, man. Everybody started.
I need to see this.
Man.
I want to see this.
They said, they started laughing. You know how Flex is, man. Flex. So where is it started? Right. Okay. And I trolled you as well, but. Okay, so I said Messi is washed. It burns you when I say it, but right? And I said Messi does absolutely nothing off the ball. And then who I think Flex retweeted it or something. Which one was it that Flex retweeted? And people just, oh my days.
Got on to you.
Oh, and there you go.
Man brought you the whole.
Owen.
The whole of his Twitterness. They just brought the whole Twitter to you. Look.
Owen, man. And then where's 1 second. Where's Flexes? Let's see Flexes. Diego Costa. Oh, someone's tweeted me about Diego Costa, bro.
Oh, it's 2 jokes, man.
Someone's tweeted Diego Costa. Look at that. Shit, man.
Nah, man. It's not a bad day for you, though. Why? You don't like Messi's game? I think Messi's a top player. He's looking, we were talking about Ronaldo looking 37, 38. Messi's looking 36. He's True. Not this is how Messi always used to play, by the way. This kind of labored, not really interested, and then suddenly
very labored.
Yeah. That's how he's always played, but it's just that now you're 36 and you're doing
there you go. Oh shit.
Oh, why can't I get a big screen? I'm on my phone right now. I can't even play that.
Wait, there you go. You can read it now.
He's busted up at you. They said Messi conserves his energy and scans when he's off the ball. Get the fuck out of here. He does, though. He does. I think he does, man. It's just. No wonder they've grilled you. Still, you put yourself in the hole.
Me, man. Yeah. And literally 10 minutes later, he scores that fucking ridiculous goal. Absolutely ridiculous goal.
He done something similar to us in the Champions League final at Wembley, where and it's straight down the middle to finish.
Obviously,
and Van der Sar should save it. Yeah, and Van der Sar should save it, but it's like because he's
right. Ochoa should save that goal, right?
It's far in the corner. It's moving quite fast, but it's far in the corner. And anything that hits side netting. If it's not got any spin towards the keeper, I gotta clap my hands to you. If you've hit the side,
he really a pinpoint precision aim that was.
Yeah, he's good. He's world class. What are we talking about here? He's Messi class, man. So those kind of moments at 36, 37, 38, that's how you got to play for. That's what you got to play for. I just feel like it's like we're expecting a 24-year-old Messi where we
Yeah,
expect him to do mazy dribbles, carry the ball. He can't do all of that at that age, man. He's too old. Literally and at Barcelona, and he's been having this problem at PSG anyway. You know, he struggled to fit in last season with PSG because he had to the role. Do we want Messi to press? Are you going to have a Messi that is doing less and dictating play? How do you fit him into a team and a system? At Barcelona, the system was set up and tailored to his deficiencies and his weaknesses. You had to bring world-class players in to defend and do the extra running for him because he's going to produce in that final third. It's almost guaranteed. This Messi now for Argentina, I was told that that he hasn't lost in 19 games, since this World Cup. He's been on a mad
yeah.
run.
And then Saudi Arabia came and made lamb chops of people's goat, bro.
Do you get it? At one time, but that's because I don't know, the team around him, they don't seem right. Mexico looked like the better team the first half. It was the second half when he put Alvarez and all these other players on.
That's exactly what I was just about asking, and then you joined. I said, really and truly, do Argentina deserve to win that game the way they did? Because let's be honest, they didn't dominate in Mexico. Mexico actually, a lot of the times, got the upper hand. They were more physical. They passed the ball better. It's like the France and Denmark game. When Denmark had the ball, Denmark passed the ball around really fucking well.
Yep.
They passed it around like really comfortable, and I was thinking, wait, this is Denmark ball, This is Denmark, and then you just saw that they all these teams, I've noticed, they're similar-esque. They play good football, but they miss that final last X factor quality up front. That Mbappe-esque, not even Mbappe himself, but that, just a final X factor striker. They miss it, and that's why you see they don't end up scoring, and the goals come through for the likes of France and Argentina, because the Denmark game, a lot of the times, Denmark had France on ropes.
Yeah, yep. Especially in the second half. I'll say the first half it was France, but especially in the second half, Denmark gave France a lot of problems, and it was a very, very open game. But like you mentioned, once you've got an Mbappe outside of tactical instruction, wasn't really defending much like Messi, but he's younger than Messi. So when he gets on the ball, it's dynamic running, it's line breaking running, sprinting at how much 100 miles per hour, like what Messi was doing when he was younger. So when it comes to the Messi conversation, I think it's a bit of a Mother Nature thing, and the team have to understand his tempo that he's playing at right now. And be able to retain possession. They won't even be able to retain possession in the opposition's half for long enough for the Messi to add himself into the attacks. When he finally does get it right, he scores. But yeah, a lot of teams do need the X factor.
I just feel like he didn't. Someone said this to me before. I don't know who it was, but someone said this to me before. Is with Messi. Actually, it was a taxi driver. I was in a taxi, yeah. Big up the taxi driver, man. Man knew his ball. Bosnian guy. We were talking about Dzeko and all of them, and he was saying, with Messi, you cannot let your concentration go for 1 minute, even when he's not in the game, even when he's like, you feel like he's not on the pitch. You do not let him have that space. And the space that he had when he made that goal is criminal. You can't allow Messi that space. You put a man, Jose Mourinho did that, remember? When he said how he defeated Messi, he said you always have a player on him. You always, if your player moves on, you make sure you give that responsibility to your colleague and say, "Hey, it's your responsibility now. Here you go." But they give him that space, and that's what happens, man.
Yeah, he scored over 800 or so goals. I'm pretty sure I'm undercutting him by 100 goals. He must have scored like 900 or so goals. The positions that man finds on a football pitch, nobody can understand it, and it's because it's just the manner that he's playing the game at. He's in CDM walking while the team, he's a 10 and he's meant to be up front connecting the play. But, at this age, at 36 years of age, he's so matured to the game. He understands that the game's always going to produce moments for him. So he just needs to pick his moment. And he decided to do it then. And that was it. But he was so underwhelming. So
sometimes we don't, sometimes we say all these things about a 10 should be this, I think it should be that. But actually, really, when you've got that sort of quality, you kind of do what you want, don't you?
Yeah.
My main thing is if this was a Ronaldo, people would have killed him.
No, because they're both outside the tactical instruction. I disagree. I think like both of them, they only now have to do at 37, 38. Ronaldo scores a penalty. Well done, Ronaldo. You're goated for it because at that age, being able to still contribute in a big way. There's so many in the world of football right now. We don't have strikers that are scoring consistently like these guys have ever done ever.
True.
So it's like we appreciate when they do score goals, and I think if Ronaldo was to be in the same situation that he was now, that Messi was in earlier today, and come out the end come out in the way that he did, I think we'd all be happy for him. I think for sure. I do think so.
But they might not qualify through to the next round. Just there's some politics involved in this round now with Mexico and thingy. So if you
all
go
of them,
and
are,
look
all
at
of them are applicable to get through at this rate.
Yep. Mexico could get through as well because the next game. So I'll just bring it up on the screen for you to be able to see as well. Oh, by the way, are you coming to KG show tomorrow, right?
Yes, tomorrow at 7. I gotta get the ticket off cams.
I've got it already. I'll meet you before. Actually, I'm gonna come down early then.
Yeah, calm. Yeah.
I'm gonna come down early. But here's the table. There we go. So we've got Poland, Argentina, Saudi, and Mexico, and obviously the top 2 battle it out and the bottom 2 battle it out next. If these 2 draw, it's gonna be still Argentina going through. If these 2 draw,
because Poland and Argentina,
yeah, if they draw because a goal difference. But if Saudi beats Mexico,
they will.
Right? If Saudi beat Mexico and Argentina beat Poland,
then it's Argentina and Saudi.
Yeah, it's all open. It's all open.
It's all open, and I think so. By the way,
it's very hard for Mexico to qualify now because they haven't scored a goal.
And they don't have the goal scorers, and I think that's why the Saudi will come through, because they're both very passionate teams or passionate countries in terms of the belief in their teams. But Saudi have just got bags of energy.
But then if Poland pull off an upset and beat Argentina, and Mexico beat Saudi, then Mexico and Poland go through.
Yeah. It's open for all of them. Yeah, for sure. It's open for all of them. But I just think that the next round of games, whenever they're played, it will be Argentina to win, and it will be Saudi Arabia to win, in my opinion.
They need, Kylian Mbappe and Ele Valencia now in the top scorer, and Messi with the 2. And you got your boy Hakpo as well. And Iran's got a hitter as well with Taremi. Somehow he's turning up. It's the World Cup. People turn up. That's what it is. That's what happens, right? When people turn up.
Yeah, but my question to you would be, who do you think? Well, I know Mbappe finished with the Golden Boot, but who do you think comes out of this World Cup as a superstar? You know, we're talking about last time with Rodriguez's, or one of the World Cups with Rodriguez's amazing, shot and volley off the crossbar and in, and his little swivel against Japan and the chip. There's big moments, and who do you think comes out of this World Cup as one of the big players that we don't know of right now, or
it's a very interesting one. I mean, okay, Iran's got a few players, right? Iran's Taremi is, I still don't think he's done anything crazy. I just think his first goal that he scored was he just smashed it and against England, and the post helped it in. But I'll be very honest. I've been very, very, very attracted to Ecuador. I've just been attracted to Ecuador. I don't know why. Ene Valencia, his age, with that knee, is just carrying almost that team because he's got the finishing. I like that Ecuador right back. I really like that Ecuador's right back. And I think this, if you ask for who's going to come out and shine in terms of the next big thing, it has to be Gabi. Has to be. It has to be.
He's looking serious. And
bro,
even more serious than Pedri.
Bro, I'm sorry, but you're not scoring at 18, sure, because you're not an Mbappe and a forward, but in midfield. But you know, we appreciate footballers. You know how hard a midfielder is. Like the job of a midfielder is so fucking hard.
Yeah,
it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And at 18, man, seasoned veterans. This is some people's 3rd, 4th World Cup, and he's playing with them, man, at 18 and bossing the midfield. How?
Yeah.
When Bellingham just dropped a stinker against USA.
Is it Bellingham's fault that he drops the stinker against USA? I don't blame him. Southgate has got to be the worst manager for this country.
England's history.
Yeah, this is really bad. And it's not even just off of the 2 games. If you look at the previous run of games, we didn't win a game. I think our best result was a 3-3 draw against Germany, which we were losing in. It was a lucky comeback. You know, we lost back-to-back against Hungary and all these other results. So I don't know. I think it's more of a thing of, was Jude, he was put in a bad system. I don't think we should be playing with a 10, or at least not Mount as the 10. Foden should be in there. We should play with 2 8.
It's a
And then
question
what
for you if you want to read it out.
Um, no, and no. I would put Barella ahead of Casiado as well.
Really?
I would put Barella ahead of him. Um, he's a good player though. He's a good player, top player, high energy. I just don't think he's got a lot of the ball carrying attributes that Frankie De Jong has. And but he's got the energy and the tenacity, the tenacious part of the game. But I just think that technical, passing, the range of passing consistently with quality, I don't think he can match Frankie De Jong's level.
Frankie De Jong would really, really like. You can tell to have Frankie De Jong, Ericsson, and Casemiro would make sense in this squad. Really, in this squad. But this World Cup makes me appreciate Bruno even more. It's weird as it is. It makes me appreciate Bruno after watching Kevin De Bruyne as well.
Yeah, so I don't want to. I was saying this, and I don't want to be the one to say I told you got sober. I was the one, if not the first, to tell you guys about Bruno. But it's funny now because Bruno's finally got now the better team out of the two players, and I'm not saying he's on KDB's level yet. I still think there's a little bit more work in terms of trophies and winning big games for his club and Man United in particular. But it's funny now he's in the better team and he's producing and KDB, which usually is in the better team out of the two, is in the worse team and he's not producing. And now I'm hearing stuff in the media that he's got loads of things to say about it as well. Which when he's at Man City doing well, he has nothing to say. So it's just all interesting things and angles to look at it. But Bruno Fernandes will continue to play well. It's interesting that he's being moved about here and there in that team, but they're going to rely on him. If they want to win this World Cup, it's going to have to be Bruno Fernandes on fire.
Another player that I'm looking out for and I think could do well in the Premier League is Timothy Weah. His physique and his relentlessness when it comes to pressing and running is serious. I think he, with the right manager and guidance, he has it. And someone from one of my members who's an American was saying the American football team actually, their number one priority isn't on the ball stuff, it's conditioning. They do a lot of have you noticed the American players' physique compared to the UK, the England players' physique? Did you notice? They're all like, the American players are like athletes, like they do hurdles or track.
See, so I didn't understand. I didn't know that, but I know that like that's their culture, if that makes sense. So in college, uni, going through the educational system, they're encouraged to be in a multitude of sports. So I do understand that. And then I would say I didn't know that that their focus was conditioning, but just the look of the players, they look a little more trim, a little more fitter. I put Tyler Adams into that category, Robinson, Kenny, McKennie, who's a very dynamic runner, strong runner. These are all strong runners that can run for hours and hours. I put Pulisic in that category a little bit more, but he's a lot more creative and a bit more of a drifty kind of player on the ball. But Timothy Weah, Tyler Adams, who I think is quite good, Robinson, McKennie, these are all strong runners. So I agree. I can see what you're saying.
I really, I'm one of the players that I've really appreciated is Preciado. Ecuadorian Preciado right back, man. What do you think of him?
Good. I would encourage you to look at Saud Abdul Hamid for Saudi Arabia, who right now in terms of fullbacks, and I'll look more at the Ecuadorian fullback. But in terms of fullbacks, he's been the one that's been standing out to me so far.
The Saudi player.
The Saudi player, the Saudi fullback, number 12 for Saudi Arabia. But
we'll
never get a work permit for those kind of players anyway. We don't usually get work permits for those players in those kind of regions of the world. So it'll be difficult, but he looks good so far on 2 games. I'm not saying I know a lot about him.
He's right 23 years old. He plays for Al Hilal FC with a network value of around 2.5 million. And it's never gonna be linked with Man United. That's all I can say. It's never ever gonna be linked with Man United.
We need not a replacement. Sorry, we need someone to push the low. If the low's going to be the first team option, I've been saying it for the longest time. I want Hakimi at the club. I think if we're going to go for a right back, it needs to be an upgrade on what we have because the low is fantastic. But if you want someone to push him for the 2 million price, or there will be someone like you mentioned, Ecuador's right back, or somebody in world football right now would be available to be picked up based on the performances on this World Cup at right back. So I'm looking at right backs.
I mean, Preciado is the one that I've looked at. Belgian. Again, from a European seasoned player, plays really well, solid fullback and wing back on the right side, and he can play a left back as well. On top of that, um, and he's what is it, 4 or 5 million euro all in all.
Right.
He's not
Yeah.
really, yeah, he's not really that expensive. He's 23, 24 years old. And Belgian side, Genk, I think that's how you pronounce the name. But again, these type of players are not going to be linked with us, not going to be linked with us. What do you think of just in general the World Cup so far, man? How have you found it?
Beautiful. I think the way that they've
It's opened
hosted
up
this,
now, hasn't it?
yeah, beautiful. And if we're talking strictly football, it's been really interesting. I like that they've been added so much injury time, adds a huge dynamic towards the end of the game, especially if it's tight. You really get to see that defense versus attack style football, or the really good counter attacks. Something that us as United fans have been seeing for a lot of for a few moments for our club and domestically. So good, really good World Cup so far. Good teams in there. Just really looking for the gems, man. That's what we need to look for. Of course, there's a takeover imminent for our club potentially. So you're gonna get maybe 1 or 2 world-class players in, but some gems, man, and that's what Ten Hag's about: finding the good players, the gems.
What do you think of this Hackpo stuff, man? I still don't. Come on, I still don't think this is the guy, man. I
See,
still think Lautaro Martinez, and people are like, how fans are. Oh, but he would play dead today. But then when he played against Bayern, he was lighting it up. And people are telling me he plays really well with another striker, right? He's a almost backup striker, 2-man striker, 4-4-2 kind of player. And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I get it. But at this moment, man, Hackpo is not a striker, and I don't want Rashford up there.
So Hackpo, Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, and Martial. There's about 6 forwards there that are all very good, and in my opinion, can play at multiple positions. I was speaking to some fans before, and they're saying, you've got there's potential for being too left side heavy. When you got Gakpo, Sancho,
Garnacho.
Garnacho. Yeah, and I understand that. I understand that point of view, but Ten Hag's made, and even Martial. I think Martial's best position is the left side, funny enough. But Ten Hag's been able to make versatile footballs in that front line, and we saw the best version of Sancho for me at pre-season. Synergy with Delo on the right side, funny enough. So, there's potential there to still make it work. I still think if you get Gakpo, though, you get a forward in the summer as well. But his attributes, his frame, when we look back to the likes of Haller or players and forwards that Ten Hag has used before, they have this kind of frame that Gakpo has. Plus, Gakpo's got the speed and the 1v1 ability, strength as well, can score goals. I just think, you can develop a player like that. Didier Drogba used to be a centre-back. Didier Drogba used to be a centre-back, man. And then Mourinho, I don't know if I think at Marseille he was a forward for a little bit. But originally in his career, he was a centre-back. Then got transformed into a forward.
I don't know where the fan base want to go with players. Like, I don't understand. Sometimes people just be mentioning bare players. Get me a Felix, get me a Hackpo, get me a this, get me a that. I'm thinking, like, build a squad. What's the manager going to do? Build a squad. For me, what makes sense is a Felix and a Vlahovic, for example. Yin and yang makes sense. One can play alone. One can play with another striker. Both can play together as well. Good. Both feet, with both players, you get aerial threat as well with one of the players. That's what I want. Even a Skamaka and another player as well. Those type of players. I really miss aerial threat, man. We have no aerial threat. A real striker. Look. Now people are really gonna appreciate Richarlison, man.
Yeah.
Now people are gonna appreciate Richarlison. They're going to say, you know what, actually, before Richarlison's goal in that Brazil game, I remember the commentator saying Richarlison's so disciplined. He doesn't move anywhere. Boring guy, boring striker. But guess what he does? He gets his goal. Valencia doesn't discipline. Stays in between his region, but he'll stay there. And that's where he gets his poaching goal. That's where he'll just be there.
Yeah, that's what we needed Ronaldo to be, and that's what Ronaldo will be at Portugal. Funny enough, because the system's built for him to just stay there. Yep. They will work and look for him, and then that's what Harry Kane needs to be for England. Really, you don't want him dropping too much, but to facilitate that, because Southgate's kind of given Kane the keys. He has Mount around him to do all the high intensity running that when Kane is not bothered to do it, Mount would do it, kind of thing. And Mount fills that role well, but it's just that we need forwards to stay high. You know, Lewandowski's doing it a lot of the time now, but he has Milik around him to do his extra running and stuff. They're getting old. All the superstars that we rely on usually are getting old, man. And we need new young forwards that are versatile, mobile, and Gakpo fits that mold right now. He fits that
And the
mold.
thing
He's
is, look,
movable.
if we get Hakpo now, that's a 50, 60 mil gone. Summer, we're not getting a Lautaro Martinez, we're not getting a Vlahovic, we're not getting a Ivan Toney, we're not getting who else is out there, man? Fuck anyone, unless
So
we're spending, unless we're selling players in
yes,
good
yes.
money.
So I think Fred might end up going. What's his name? Phil
Maguire's
Jones,
going.
Maguire, Phil
So
Jones, Fred, and Donny. And that's maybe 4 there that I'll look at, and Wan-Bissaka. That's 5 that I've mentioned there. I think you promote 1 or 2 youth players around here and there, but I don't think Ten Hag is an astute, clever manager. He's not going to buy your world record. I want Hakimi. He's not going to get Hakimi, most probably. The
I like
board,
Hakimi. I like that you said Hakimi, man. I like Hakimi.
yeah, I like Hakimi, but I don't think he's going to get him, unfortunately. And that's the kind of right back that you want. But the board would get Harry Kane, but I don't think Ten Hag's choice would be to spend 100 and something million on a forward. I think he
Luke
looks
Shaw.
for the clever. Yeah, yeah. These kind of players, we've got to look at them, man,
I want Nuno Mendes.
And it's another one.
Arnautovic is still available.
I don't think we'll get him. Just politically, you know, the stuff around him politically, I don't think it's a good thing. But I don't think Ten Hag looks at that as well. I don't think if Ten Hag looks at you and think you've got the attributes to change my team, I don't think he cares about things outside of football. If that makes sense. Yeah. And that's why it's going to be interesting. But we'll see what happens with number 11. I don't even want to bring it there, but we'll see what happens with that thing.
Well, I don't know, because the case is delayed till 2023 now, hasn't it?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there, because that's also that brings maybe 7 forwards if he's there. He shouldn't be. I wouldn't want him to be, but I've seen Ten Hag say, you know, it was the club forced. I think if Ten Hag had his way, we would be having Rabiot, who, by the way, looked all right. Rabiot looks all right.
Sure.
And then and he would have had Arnautovic in our team right now, just because of the attributes and what they provide. And I think he must see a bit of those qualities in Gakpo. And we need him. Ronaldo's gone officially. He's officially, thank God, he's gone.
Believe, man, he's gone.
That's mad.
Man.
Yeah, I know. But thank God at the same time,
he's gone.
By
the way, a lot will come out now after the World Cup. A lot will come out. Just brace yourself. A lot of information will come out. Right now is the World Cup, so things are not, you know, they're busy with the World Cup media. But after the World Cup is done and January starts, and you hear Dortmund coming knocking on the door, because I'm hearing Dortmund is apparently knocking on the door, and you hear Messi's move to Inter Miami, a lot of shit is going to happen.
Wow. And Messi moving to Inter Miami sounds like a 36-year-old move, you know?
Have you heard that he's going to Inter Miami?
Nah, no way. I believe that he goes back to Barcelona, where in his comfort, in his house.
I've heard this directly from Alexis. You know, the Arsenal supporter Alexis, who's on United View just before in the in the England and USA preview. He said that apparently Inter Miami are putting pen to paper for Messi.
Wow. David Beckham's club.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. But it goes to show where Messi's head is at, really, in terms of his career, where he's at, his ambition. You know, had a great career and is a legend of the game. So if he wants to retire there, there.
What do you think of this France squad? No, with like 4 big players, starting players gone. Benzema, Conte, Nkunku, Pogba, big players.
Yeah.
Yet they're still so dangerous.
Yeah, they have the production line is amazing of talent, and it's imported talent. It's African talent. It's you know, it's Algerian talent. It's, you know, and that's how the country's been for a long period of time. But you know, Cameroon, this talent, that talent, all parts of the diaspora of Africa is where France.
How did you like? Can I be honest? Chouameni was the guy for me in that game today.
Yeah.
The passes, man. If you look at the first goal, by the way, when Hernandez receives the ball, and then Hernandez plays it to Mbappe, Mbappe plays to Hernandez back to Mbappe. But the way Chouameni found him, it was ridiculous, bro.
You know, you just mentioned Pogba, bro.
Outside the boot.
You just mentioned Pogba, bro. You just mentioned him, and Tuchumeni looks like he's got that, but it's a bit more mobile. He's what Pogba's not, in a sense. He's got a bit more dynamism to him, and really is able to dictate the play wholeheartedly. It looks like, but that's because he's got so many fabulous players around him. You know, he's got so many good players around him. You're able to do that kind of thing. But Tuchumeni looks like a serious baller. Serious. So does Enzo Fernandez, by the way.
No, but Tuamini is starting. Like,
Yeah,
he's
true.
starting at 22 years old. He's starting for France, and he has to fill the Pogba boot, not just any boot. He has to fill the boots of a player who has already won the World Cup.
Yeah. 100%. The demands is, when we're talking about that French team, the demands there is massive. But like I said, it's African talent. Upamecano, what a performance! A lot of people were saying he's not that good. This kind of thing, moving to Bayern Munich, it's guaranteed trophies every week. But you've got to go to the France team and you've got to perform now. I think Upamecano had a fantastic performance. Dembele, never more African talent. Dembele looks serious, man. Dembele looks scary.
I don't understand how this guy sends the cameraman, bro. This guy sends the cameraman every time he just drop. Bro, the way he drops defenders to the knees is ridiculous. And the thing is, you know what I like more about Dembele is it's not stop-start football. He does it in motion. As he's going this way, he'll just he'll turn this way and he's gone. It's almost like NFL running backs, you know how they just change direction, bro. It's great. Imagine a Dembele up on a right wing, man, to go along with Anthony as well.
It's a cheat code. It's really is. When we're talking about 1v1 ability, Messi's got it at an amazing level, but he can really go either way. If he can really take you on his right foot and deliver serious end product on the right side. So where do you, as a coach or defending schools, they tell you show him to the weaker side. Well, both sides are strong. It's a dangerous, an elite threat from both sides.
Yeah,
he takes you down the left, you go in trouble. He takes you down the right, you're in trouble.
Dembele can take a player on. Dembele can score. Dembele can run. He's got a good header on him. It's just all around the player. It's just his injury record.
It's that and in the head. Players don't always make the correct decisions. It's impossible. You're human. So the game's played in your mind, and sometimes his mind wouldn't allow him to make the correct decisions at the right times with the shoot, to pass, all these kind of things. Over dribble sometimes, but he's a world-class talent, man. I've not seen a winger like that, so ambidextrous. The only player that I can think of as ambidextrous as him is Nedved, but he was in the 10. And you kind of need to be, or you would want that for a 10. For a winger, the modern game is inverted, so you're deliberately playing on one side to cut in and create opportunities for yourself to score or to cross. He can literally go to the byline like Traore, or that he can come inside like Iron Robin. It's which kind of player he wants to be in any moment. It's crazy how good he is.
I am interested to see how France cope through the knockout stages, because they only got Giroud to rely on, in all honesty. Out of everyone, they've got... Sorry, go on.
No, sorry. I was adding to what you're saying, bro. Madness. Why would they be like that? Why wouldn't they add Tony Marshall to give him 10 minutes? Some here we go minutes, like you've been saying. Here we go minutes.
Here you go minutes, bro. They're not even picking. They didn't even pick him just to be a light, carry me over on the last group stage. They didn't even just a light. I'm baffled, and it speaks volumes of Deschamps. He's not a chump, man. He's not a chump of a manager. He's not a joke. He's a World Cup winning manager, and you can't deny or disrespect his decision. He knows what he's doing, man. Without Benzema, without Nkunku, without Pogba, without Conte, he's getting results. Yeah. He is getting results, and his team is looking serious. I'm just upset for Denmark, man. Denmark played good football today, man.
Yeah, they did.
Denmark good football. The passing, from one side to the other. The way the Denmark played, the Danish players touch the ball. Have you noticed? The touch is amazing. Numerous players touch the ball so well. You see Eriksen as well, man, being that pivotal player for them. Central pivotal player.
it was a tear to my eye a little bit because I'm thinking he doesn't look like he's playing 10 anymore. I feel like Ten Hag's permanently converted him into this dictating
Yeah,
tempo kind of player.
yeah.
So it was like, wow, like I'm really seeing the development of his character as a footballer. Like it's like he didn't want to play in the 10 almost. He was very happy to come deep and pick the ball and give it to other players, which is what he's been doing for us and so well. But again, to your point before, where's the X factor? They need a goal scorer. It's like they needed a Haaland or something in there, just to stay up front, like you've been mentioning earlier. They just need someone to stay in that zone and be good enough to score the goals. Dolberg looked like he was going to become that player one day, but it hasn't come into fruition. And they just needed an X factor, goal scoring machine killer kind of forward. They used to have a player called
Eventually,
Lounger.
though, as well, when when Mbappe meets a defender who can slow him down, because let's be honest, the goals that came, that ball from Griezmann, what the fuck? That ball came in like fucking rocket.
Yeah.
That ball came in at sonic speed, by the way. No keeper was coming out because it just came in at sonic speed, and he met that. Mbappe met that ball. But whenever if a defender can somehow miraculously try and stop this kid, because bro, I'll be honest, yeah, you know me and Mbappe, I have issues with this kid and his antics at times, but bro, the way he shifts his body, yeah, and covers acres on the pitch, it's like FIFA-esque, bro. It's not real. It's not. I don't understand how he runs like that, bro. How does he cover area that quick? How
So
are you so fast?
we were asking, and I say we fans, people that are obsessed about football, your members, you know, we were asking the same kind of questions about the original Ronaldo back in the day, because it's just poetry in motion how they're able to carry the ball at top speed. It's very
Yeah.
very difficult skill, you know. So, but there is a footballers that can do it, bro. And I'm gonna say it. Wan-Bissaka can do it. If there is a footballer that I look at and think who can really stop Mbappe and give him a difficult day, a long day, it is Wan-Bissaka. So I think you do need pace. You do need bravery to go and put the tackle on him. A lot of people stand off him automatically. You know, I saw Griezmann play a through ball, and the guy had at least 20 yards on him in the game, just gone. And Mbappe still eats it up in seconds, eats up the distance, and has an opportunity, but the guy had to foul him, rugby tackled him. It's amazing ability. That's God-given ability that he's able to execute in every single moment, 1v1, and it's just an elite level of football that he's playing. I just think you got to kind of be aggressive with him. You can't let him dictate, you know. And Wan-Bissaka, I think he did, but he was able to cover it because he has the pace and he's brave enough to put the tackle in.
And I think Mbappe, when he meets a more physical wing back and a physical, like almost like mix, like Ecuadorisk type of, heavy fullbacks, who, once you, as a forward, as a winger, if I get the better of you, I speak to my close friends who are playing ball. He's a winger, and he says, once I sniff that I can beat you, and I've beaten you once, my confidence just goes from like a 4 to like a 8. It just doubles straight away because I've got one up. And he was telling me just last week, he was saying that in the league where he plays, he says we do this thing that we do this like 1-0. You know what I'm saying? And then the defender will do 1-1, and then you'll do 2-1 like this. And it's all in the head, in the winger's head. If I beat you once, that's smelling blood, and that's what the Mbappe and all of these guys, the Dembeles, will benefit off. And you see Anthony, like our Anthony, when he beats you, he just boom, 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 one after the other. He start peppering you. And when Mbappe meets a physical, and this is why I would love Mbappe to just come to the Premier League, comes and sees a physical defender, I wonder how he's going to cope with that, because it automatically slows you down. And this is something I was saying with Lisandro Martinez, is doesn't matter about your height. When you start, as a center back, clipping at center forward's heels, the center forward is already pissed off. He's already aware, like, yo, I don't want to get injured. I don't want to get my Achilles done. I don't want to get my calf, my groin. I don't want to get anything done. So I'm going to maybe take an extra bit of space from this guy. And that's what happens. You inject that fear into them. And I don't think anybody's injected fear into Mbappe in this World Cup yet.
Yeah, true. But there's two sides to that, though. I think elite level players defeat that fear that naturally a defender tries to instill into them. One. And I think that mindset that you describe, only elite players have. You know, when that little 1-1, 2-1, that kind of thing that you're talking about, and even your friend within his league, that you have to have a strong mentality for that. Because the likes of Sancho would beat a player, but then he would revert back to type maybe and retain possession
Yeah,
or cut back. So there's other
yeah.
players that don't have that hunger to just continuously dominate in their 1v1 or dominate their area of the pitch, and they're obsessed with it. I think elite players have that kind of level of obsession in their game. Mbappe has it, man, and there's not many people will be able to
And he's
find it.
both-footed, both feet.
Kind of both-footed. He will
His
take
left
it
foot
on with the
shot is
left.
serious, I swear.
You think so? I think he will take it on if he has to, but I don't think he loves to. I think he would force back onto his right.
But his finesse on his right foot is unbelievable.
Oh yeah. No, listen. I'm not saying he's rubbish on the left foot. He's class, but then on the right foot, he's just different. It's just different.
You want him though. You want him at Man United.
Yes. If I would 100% take him at United, 100,000%, bro. Especially now that we got a takeover, I think the board, you know, they do what the board has always done, which is get marquee signings in, and if we've got money to come, in, we gross, you know, 3 to 5 to 600 million. I think it would be reasonable.
I think they will look at it this way: is Man United traditionally buy marquee signings that will sell shirts. Zlatan sell shirts, even though he came in on a free. Ronaldo sells shirts. Pogba, huge shirt seller. Sancho, huge shirt seller. And I think Man United will go and try and buy a shirt seller because that's with as weird as it sounds, it benefits Man United. As in, we need a big player, X factor player, but it benefits the Glazers because they'll get their 50, 60, 80 million pound shirt selling. Whatever they spend on the player, probably 80% of the money they'll make back in the shirt sales alone. If they buy an Mbappe, do you know how much fucking money Man United are going to bring in?
Yeah. He's the next CR7 in that regard. And it's funny enough, the number 7 shirt hasn't been awarded to anyone, and he would be the perfect guy to award that to if we're going to talk about marquee selling, record shirt sales. Of course, no one will reach Ronaldo's, but to reach it over 3 or 4 years before you then move on to Real Madrid, following your greats kind of story arc, I think it's something that's very, very possible to happen.
What did you think of Brazil so far? No, I think you
just
said
about
Brazil.
to ask you.
I think you were. Well, I'll start off then.
Go on. Yeah.
I think you said your favorite was Brazil, right? Winning the World Cup.
Yeah. I usually pick 3 teams. I always pick an African team.
Man said I'm mixed race picking 3 teams, bro. What do you mean 3 teams?
I have to. It's just how I've always done it during the World Cups. I pick my favorite team, the team that I want to win, whatever. Okay. That was obviously Brazil, and then I always pick an African nation, and then I always pick a dark horse nation. So my African nation was Senegal. And then my dark horse nation was, who was it? I think it was Morocco, or right now I'm supporting Saudi Arabia, but it was a different team. I'd have to check. But Senegal and Brazil are my 2 teams right now.
Mine is Diego Forlan tax. It's always Uruguay, bro. I just love Uruguay. I just love Cavani in a Uruguay shirt. I just love. I just don't know about Uruguay, man. It's just always been drawn to. So Uruguay was one. Brazil obviously winning the World Cup for me, and in a weird way, I'm also feeling like an African team, Ghana or Senegal would do something, but don't know about Ghana and Senegal right now. After the World Cup started off, I'm more even leaning towards the Asian side. I'm seeing Saudi Arabia and Iran go and run that flag, man. Go and carry that flag. Iran right now, you don't know what they can do. That manager, by the way, people, I don't know if I think you do know, but that manager is a fucking winner, He's won the AFCON twice.
Yep.
He's even seasoned has he not freaking remodeled a Moroccan squad as well? This is a serious fucking gaffer.
He's a serious man. Listen, the only thing that I don't like about the World Cup is the fact that they marginalized the African enterprise in terms of there's only 5 teams. The European teams have so many. All these other, they need to add more African teams into the World Cup competition. Because I know I just read one of the comments saying, the African teams never won it, that kind of thing. It's a bit unfair when you don't give them enough participation to, the balance of participation is very small. But And I'm pretty sure the African diaspora has more countries in it than the European diaspora. I could be wrong. Somebody educate me on that. But Africa has more countries for sure. The continent, it's not one club. You know, they have different cultures, they have different systems. You get it, like they're different people, so they should have more countries.
Next World Cup,
yeah,
everybody's gonna be there. By the way, because it's 48 teams.
See, that's better. That's what I would want. And even if it means a longer World Cup,
body's there.
Yeah, that's better.
It's a longer World Cup. It's
Yeah,
more widespread.
See?
Me and you are gonna be there.
Yeah.
And it's 48 fucking teams, bro.
See?
Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, South Africa, Trinidad, Barbados, Gabon, everybody's gonna be there. Everybody's gonna be there, bro. But Brazil, with Brazil, you know, I'm a bit heartbroken with Neymar. His foot looks massive. It's so sad, but I feel like the medical team are working overtime every night, trying to do every fucking, scientific thing that they can do to fix this guy ASAP. And I think he comes back. But one thing I like about Brazil, bro, they just got them war videos where they empty the clip and they just go pew pew, they just reload a clip. That's Brazil, bro. Rafinha off, Anthony on.
Yeah.
This guy off, that guy on. They're winning, they're gonna put more forwards. They're losing, they're gonna put more forwards. They're drawing, they're gonna put more forwards. It's just more forward attack, bro. Everybody just go and fucking attack. That's what I like about Brazil. And Casemiro is the guy, man. He's the guy. This World Cup for Brazil.
Blessing in disguise, bro. I didn't even realize his level until I seen it in the Premier League. Well, I remember seeing the first few games in the Premier League, Faz, and I'm saying to everyone, listen, it looks like he's still in Spain a little bit. I remember telling you guys that. And then game by game, it is. And the beautiful thing about him in terms of his personality that I like the most is that I've been reading after every single game, he wants to know how many tackles I made, interceptions, whatever the pitch I was covering. What?
Yep.
What kind of footballer are you, man? What's going on?
Before the game, he this as well. Before the game, he wants to know about the ref and the background
This is crazy, bro. Yeah. We speak about this all the time. So of course, But you know what I'm trying to say? The point I'm trying to make it, bro, is you're that obsessed about your work.
Yeah.
That's how obsessed you are about your work. How can you not want this kind of player in our team? And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it was to that level. That's why he's so good at his job. I would have even taken Kante over him maybe during the summer at one point. I'll be so honest. But this guy has showed me mad levels to this game, and I'm glad that Ten Hag done it that way, because we would have still needed the Casemiro type even if we'd got Frankie De Jong. How about that? And we still need that Frankie De Jong type. From us,
we're gonna build this team around if a Martial stays fit, but I don't think he is. But I think we build this team around the likes of Anthony, Rashford, and Casemiro. Really, we go and build this team. Big up Space Kid with the super chat says Luis Enrique is the best manager in the World Cup. That's an interesting one. Luis Enrique. We'll come to that actually. I'll come to that. But I just wanted to run through. I just want to run through with some of these players, right?
Yeah, go on.
Anthony, Brazil, goal scorer. Gabriel Jesus, goal scorer. Martinelli, goal scorer. Pedro, maybe not so. Rafinha, goal scorer. Richarlison, goal scorer. Rodrigo, goal scorer. Vini, goal scorer. Every fucking player is a goal scorer, bro.
That's just the striker. In the midfield, there's goals in there as well. But you're right, man. Listen, they're Brazil. They are the World Cup. That's what they are the World Cup. They've won it the most times. They played the best football. They have taken football and made it their own. Do you know what I mean? I don't know where it originated from, the game, but it originated on Earth. So, they've taken that sport that this Earth is obsessed about, and they've made it their own, man.
They're playing with a 38 and a 28-year-old in the back.
Yeah, but this is not no normal 30-year-old, by the way. That 30-year-old is ridiculously good. He's so.
Can you put your headphones on, because the voice is echoing from the mic?
Sorry. It's not echoing now, isn't it? It's not echoing now.
No, it's not echoing now. No, it's not echoing.
Sorry, that's the position I had it on. It's like in a little space. But yeah, man, like that Thiago Silva, he's different level, bro. In the Premier League at 37, 38 doing it. Yes, the centre back role is a bit different, but and for centre backs and goalkeepers, And even for any position, the older you get, you just understand the phases of play. You know what you're looking at. You've seen it so many times. And for defending, as long as you've got people in there that will listen to you and understand, respect what you're calling and the plays that he's and what he's asking his teammates to do and cover for him and not cover for him or where they need to be and alert for certain things, I think you can keep going. Yeah, and he doesn't look like he's slowing down.
Who's been the manager for you in the World Cup?
I love Saudi Arabia's manager, man. How is he getting these players? How is he getting them to play in this system with this dynamic running? You know, and I don't understand
if I'm
it.
not mistaken, Saudi Arabia stopped their league and had a run of friendly games. I think 8 friendly games. They stopped their whole league and had a run of 8 friendly games before the World Cup.
Bad man's. Yeah, they said, you know what, we need to be ready, and they prepared themselves because it's working. That coach is brilliant, man. And speaking about Luis Enrique, I just want to touch on this quickly. I don't understand his greatness. I don't understand it well enough. And I think I really need to articulate that. I don't understand it. When you're a Barcelona manager, you can sit down, have a cups of tea, and close your eyes and pick the 11, and they'll win their games, especially in the era that he was the manager, 15, 16, 17 seasons. You know, and 2015, 16, 17 season, not 17 seasons, by the way, just make that differentiation. But then for me, Pep Guardiola, the only reason I give Pep Guardiola the props is because he goes then after having his cups of tea every week at training, doing nothing. He then goes to Bayern Munich and does it, and then comes to Man City and do it. So I understand, okay, my hands is up. But I don't think Luis Enrique would be a good fit at United. And I've been hearing people say, you know, if the new board comes in, they're going to want to change everything. You know about business, Faz. You know, you come in, you started something, you've just invested over 2, 3, 4 billion. You're going to want to change the manager, the directors, everything goes. And that might bode well for us. But I don't think, you know, on the pitch matters. I don't think a new consortium, a new regime, if it's a state, the Saudi state, the Abu Dhabi, whoever it is backing us, I don't think they should change this Ten Hag project that we're working on right now.
Also, the Saudi gaffer makes the players train in the middle of the desert, in a facility in the middle of the desert, and it's locked away from everyone. It's it's a weird, yeah, bro.
They are training warriors. Them man are not messing around.
They're going crazy. And also, there's a theory, by the way, I don't know if you agree, but all the Middle Eastern teams have been playing early on in the day when it's cooler, and all the European teams have been playing later on when it's warmer, and apparently that could have an impact on the performance. I don't know how do you want to go this, but
I wouldn't disagree. I don't want to say if it's true or not, because the moment you mentioned about the Saudis training in a particular facility, my mind automatically went to like Tour de France and different type of rowing competitions where they go to high altitude, or running competitions where they go to high altitude to train to get that little benefit and acclimatized to the conditions, get their body acclimatized to things. So it could work, and obviously Europeans being Europeans never see the sun. And obviously we would know. So, you know, there's an issue there in terms of performance, but I don't think it would be a big one. They mentioned about the air conditioning being 10-10 and all these kind of things where it's cooler. So it should be okay.
You just we'll see what he does with this Saudi Arabia team. And you know, when it's the World Cup, you're gonna some players, you know, this is another thing as well. Do you look at the England players when they're doing their national anthem or whatever, and then you see some of the Ecuadorians and Saudis and etc. do their national anthem? You can see that some of these players are willing to die on that pitch.
Yeah.
You see some of the players are willing to risk their life on that pitch. I don't see that sometimes with the English players. You know, they're gonna go back home to their 200, 300, 400 grand contracts. Some of these Saudi players, bro, they this is all they have. This is the biggest thing they'll ever get in their life. With all due respect, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah, facts. There's not a word that you said that was wrong, but I can't even really add to that. It's that culture of suffering that brings anything good in your life. You've had to suffer in some way to achieve it. So, you know, but when you're too comfortable, you then start to cut corners. And that even comes from the management. We should have been looking to attack, just like how you mentioned, you know, but Brazil have that culture in their football. We should have been looking to attack and consistently attack. In the last game that we played against America and against the States, we should have been looking to kill them. And I can't believe that we haven't done that.
I had a really heated debate with American fans, and I said my statement was, I said, man, England deserved to win that game based on the talent they have in their squad, and they were not happy with my statement. They said, no, nobody deserves to win the game, and I said, well, they do, because when Brazil played Ghana in a friendly game, everybody fucking wrote Ghana off and said Brazil are gonna win because simply based on the talent they have in the squad. And it's the same for England. If you look at England's squad, like the talent that you have, bro, you can't tell me Adams is a fucking world-class talent. You can't. You can't tell me Timothy Weah is a world-class talent. You can't tell me Pulisic is a world-class talent. There is not one player on the American squad that is worth more than 100 million.
Yeah.
On merit, by the way, not on market value, not on commercial value, on merit. England have players who are worth above 100 million on merit. Bellingham, Kane, Rashford. Declan Rice is not 100 million, not in my eyes.
Yeah,
Who else?
I agree.
But there's a couple. There's most, if not all, of the players are fucking worth above 60 million in on merit. This is on merit right now on the market, and you would expect England to go and get the job done with a nice 2-1, 2-0 win, and they had no fucking answers. And I said, it all comes down to absolutely diabolical management from Southgate, criminal management from Southgate. Exactly when you know for a fact, the whole world knows Harry Kane is not 100% fit. He's not fit. He's been declared fit, and you're running him to the ground. Why the hell? I want to swear, but why the hell did you bring Callum Wilson to the World Cup then?
Madness, isn't it? Madness.
Why would you? Callum Wilson is itching and firing to go. That's exactly what you want. You put a fucking Henderson, who's the slowest person who's going to be on the pitch. When you want to up the tempo, you're going to match Rashford with a Callum Wilson and then put them forward. Yeah, and a Foden. And what you did is freaking put Henderson on.
It looked like he just didn't want to lose the game towards this end of it. The 60th minute, the substitutions that you make, it looked like he didn't want to lose the game even. And like I'm saying, that's a huge issue, man. England are going to suffer if you continue with a manager that's pragmatic. You want us to show attacking football. Our whole league screams attacking football, offensive football, pressing football, and we didn't even press in that game. In that game, we were pressing from the halfway line, and our league, our domestic league, these players play in systems that demand pressing from at least the at least out the 25-yard box. Once you get out there, the opposition get out there, we need to be constructing some sort of traps, and England didn't do that. I don't understand it, bro. I honestly, first, I don't understand.
I think eventually, when England meet a Netherlands, an Ecuador, even a Mexico, if they end up meeting a Mexico, if England meet who else? I'm not even gonna fucking go to Brazil or Argentina. I'm not even gonna go that far. But if England meet a semi-decent, solid team, they're gonna get in a lot of trouble, bro. If England meet Ecuador, I tell you, Ecuador team are gonna give them a problem.
Let's see.
Oh, Marcel, you've disappeared from the screen. You're back. We're getting a lot of audio feedback from your audio. Oh, he's gone. There's Marcel, man, the celebrity himself. He comes, he goes as he pleases, man. Almost like a Ronaldo-esque. This guy always cussed out Ronaldo, but his behavior is Ronaldo-esque. Comes and goes before the game is finished. He said, "Yeah, I'm dipping, bro. I've said my piece. I'm dipping." But yeah, listen, everyone. It was a solid stream, man. Big up Marcel for coming through and joining. Oh, he's back. 1 second. Let me see. There you go. You're back.
Sorry, man. Sorry about that, bro. My phone's bugging out, man. I said 10 minutes anyway, so I'll come off in a second. How long are you using the stream for?
Sometimes my stream going for three hours, sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 45. It all depends. The people goes with the vibe. It goes with the vibe.
I'm learning, man. So keep doing them, man. I'm just learning how the process of doing them, because I want to do them at some stage. So
yeah, for sure.
But just quickly on England, let's see who they face next. Wales is next, and then let's see who they face in the groups, man. Because he needs to change it up, man. Phil Foden should be on that pitch. How's Phil
Callum
Foden?
Wilson, I think, should be on that pitch for sure, man. For sure.
What do you think about us? What do you think about Harry Maguire's game? I need to ask you about Brazil as well, but what do you think about Harry Maguire?
You know, when you feel comfort is a big thing in football. When you feel comfortable around a set people, you already are able to express yourself better. He feels comfortable being in that England squad because you see how Southgate builds and empowers him. He almost gives him, okay, play how you want to play. The guy
Mm,
is on the opposition's touchline, in the box, dropping shoulders. It's fucking absurd.
mm,
And he's clearly the guy they're trying to find from corner kicks and whatever. But also, let's not get it twisted. John Stones was huffing and puffing because he did a lot of fucking work, man.
yeah,
John Stones did a lot of work. Also, Maguire did look all right when he played with Lisandro Martinez. He did get us his win when he started. He what his first win when he started. I think he got 2 wins now when he started with Manchester United this season.
yeah. One of them
Um,
was West Ham.
yeah. So but yeah, with that being said, I think England just suits him a bit better. He's got better midfield in there. He's got a better, keeper behind him. He's got a better, I wouldn't say a better keeper, but decent keeper. Um, he's got better wing backs, Trippier and Shaw as well. Trippier is a serious block baller, and John Stones, man, that's clearly a guy that he can rely on.
Yeah,
And that's just it. And like I said, confidence and comfort plays a big part, man. I think in Manchester United shirt, when you put the shirt on and you're just depressed, you're just like, yeah, it's about to fucking, yeah. That's what happens. I think that's what it
I've,
is. I think he just needs a move. When they say he just needs a move to a different club,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's what it's come to.
I agree. I think that happens hopefully, but come summer, I think that happens. But I think he played brilliantly, just in terms of what he done in that game. Brilliantly, his defensive role, winning a lot of the headers. He done exactly what Southgate kind of described to us, what he's best at. In terms of aerial threat, going forward and backwards, defending our goal. He done it well. I just don't. I've never seen him do even that for Man United. I know he hasn't got the recovery pace. At Man United, we're more ambitious than England in terms of winning football matches. So we play higher up the pitch. He won't replicate that performance at Man United. We've seen it too many times. But I think I'm very, very happy for his performance. It was really, really good. I'm happy if he can keep doing that, because if that's how we're going to play, pragmatic, we're going to be facing we're going to suffer a lot against the best teams in the world. So if he can, just organize the back four, clear the crosses, clear the set pieces, then and affect and score headers, because he hasn't scored many headers for United. But if he can score headers for England and be a threat in the box, then more
He
power to
played a
him,
lot
man.
of balls as well for England. A
Yeah,
lot of balls.
yeah, more power to him, man. More power to him. What I would say though is, what do you think in terms of our system? Do you think we should be playing a back four right now or a back five? Considering those injuries, bro, I think Trent is, because what it looked like, that forward three, it's not good enough. It wasn't good enough. Sterling looks tired, leggy. Kane looks injured. Rashford should maybe play up top. But if you're going to persist with Kane up top, I think you need threats from other places. And you were saying Trippier is a baller, and I agree with you, but he had a poor game. I think
I
Trent
think
comes in,
Trent
and
should
then
have played as well.
I think Trent should play, but once Trent plays, you've got a problem. It's not a back four anymore. It's a back
No, it's
three.
a 5.
Or I mean, he effectively doesn't defend, so it's a back three almost. It's worse. But you need to play a back five to get the
To
best out
play.
of Trent. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that he can play. And I think he becomes a threat in the
It's very
midfield or
risky playing
areas.
Trent in an England squad because this guy we have this saying that someone needs to babysit him. Someone needs to cover up the distance for him, and the best way is playing Henderson along with Trent, so someone can cover that ground, because Trent will give you that attacking threat, but the defensive work is so much gap, and fast, speedy, hungry players. If you play an Mbappe, for example,
Kyle Walker.
against Trent,
Kyle Walker. You play Kyle Walker as the right centre back next to him.
he'll pepper
Maguire,
him.
Stones, Shaw.
Kyle Walker will get peppered now. He's
Not for
lost
pace,
a
though.
lot of pace. He's lost
Not
a
for
lot
pace.
of pace.
Peppered is a big word. Peppered.
I don't think
Peppered
Kyle
is a
Walker
big-
lasts with Mbappe now. Mbappe is ridiculously fast.
He
And
is, but I think
you can't tell me Kyle Walker matches up with the Mbappe speed, man.
No, I don't. Matches up is maybe the wrong word, but we're talking about sustained for 90 minutes, consistently doing the 40-yard sprints with him.
Not
Mbappe wins maybe 4 of them, but out of or out of 10, Mbappe maybe doesn't win 4. He maybe wins 6 of them, and then Kyle
Yeah,
Walker
most.
wins 4.
I think. Well, then you're not playing Trent then.
Yeah, well, no, but I have to put Trent in there for the counter attack breaks and for everything that he does in terms of helping us get crosses into the box. Raheem Sterling needs to go, and you put Rashford in because then that's more height in the team, more direct football in the team. Sterling doesn't really play direct enough for me.
No,
It doesn't, and then Saka's not played well enough, but he's scoring a lot better.
he puts Saka as a wing back.
Yeah, no, can you believe that? Listen, this manager's poor. This manager's so bad.
We just
This
out of
manager's so
everything, he plays Saka as a wing back.
This manager's so bad, bro. He's only got Saka is the backup left back. If Luke Shaw gets injured, I think it's Saka that goes there. It's a toss up between Saka and Trippier that go left back, bro. That's how bad the team is right now in terms of in defense. Even though defense has been the best part of the team ish. Actually, no, that's a lie. The forward has been. We've been conceding goals. So let's see what happens. And it's so weird. We're gonna make a big game of this Wales game. We're gonna make a meal of it. It should be an easy coast to the 3 points, but we're gonna let them come into
Gareth
the game.
Bale, man. Gareth Bale has a lot to prove. A lot to prove.
We're better than them. England is better than Wales, bro. It's better than USA.
I think England will do a job. Wales play extremely annoying football. They don't use Dan James at all. Whatever they have, they don't use. But Davis as well, they don't use. Gareth Bale, they don't use. Gareth Bale has to do everything himself. They have Dan fucking James, one of the fastest players that you could have asked for, and you don't use the fucking speed.
I think they try to. They have him up front with Gareth Bale, so he does all, and because he's tenacious, he's right. He chases lost causes.
More in the fucking halfway line than anything.
They're not good at retaining possession anymore. They haven't got Ramsey's not the old Ramsey that's obsessed with keeping the ball and all. And they used to have a guy called Allen that's not there anymore.
Long time.
Yeah, so he's really they had good like retaining possession player of the ball. Now it's just counter-attacking football. I think they should get Mourinho as their manager or something. They would do a lot better.
They would. I think England would. I think England would do the job with Wales. I think England just have way too much quality to be not winning against Wales. And if they don't, it's criminal. And there's a rising concern that is this Gareth Southgate's last bit with England, because you're going into Euro 2024 straight away. And you need, how much time does an international coach need with the squad? Quite a bit, you need to prep.
With our squad in 2024, Faz, bro, they should be ready to win it. You'll have Foden as a more mature player.
Like impossibly unacceptable to think you shouldn't be competing for the title.
No, that's the only thing we should be thinking.
Rashford Foden matured.
Yeah, prime Rashford, prime, a bit more prime Foden. Jude over 20s now. Reece James in his prime, maybe 24, 25. Better man in their prime right now. Trent coming into his prime. Stones would be older, more mature as a centre back. Pickford would be a bit older. Sterling would be.
Tomori as well.
Tomori should get accepted into the team, and Maguire most probably out after a new manager comes and stops picking favourites. Saka will be a bit older, in his 20s by then. I think he's 21 or 20 now. Like the players that will be ready, you should really be. And what we're doing though is we're discounting.
There will be a concern about fullbacks because Trippier and Walker will be both by that time probably out of the England squad. Henderson will be out of the England squad. I don't think Kane will be out of the England squad. But
we'll have Rashford. Rashford will hopefully establish himself as a forward by then. Or you get another one that's coming up that's really
Rice
good.
as well, going into his prime. Let's not forget. Mm-hmm. Rice will be 26 by then, 25, 26 by then. Gallagher as well. He'll come into his 25. Grealish, who will be a little bit mature as well, but Grealish is in his prime now. It's just by then, Euro 2024 in Germany, they should be looking to do some damage. But then by then, you'll have Gavi and fucking Pedri, bro, coming in and as juggernauts of this world and causing absolute fucking mayhem. 18-year-old kid bullying grown men. It's pathetic to think we have Jude Bellingham and they say Jude Bellingham is a what did they call it? Is a
generational talent.
What the fuck is a generational fucking? Get out of here, man. Generational, and
The real colours
you
are coming
can't.
out, man. He's like,
Come
I don't
on,
want to
man.
start swearing, but he is like
Generation.
that. It gets on your nerves. I love it, man.
Generation, man. Gavi is a generation. Now you see the 1 billion release clause, bro. I used to think that's a joke, but now I see why the 1 billion release clause is. Bro,
So
you need to be turning up, bro. You need to be competing. This is
he
what I
is.
mean. You need
Jude
to be
is, man.
competing. Jude would
Jude is. I wouldn't
disappear
write him
in
off.
that game, man. I mean, I thought he's gonna at least take the game by the scruff of the neck and make
Yeah.
something happen.
Yeah.
Didn't. He's
See,
just missing.
yes. Yeah. Agree. Wholeheartedly agree. It just the man. I would blame the manager. If you have a system where you play 2-8 and allow Jude to occupy the 10 space when he wants to, allow Harry Kane to drop into the 10 space when he wants to, you got a bit more freedom there. But he's playing this double pivot 6 role, protect the back four, protect Maguire, do the humble work, press, go and run out and press into the midfield areas. You know, make sure that Mount is and Mount stretching higher into the forward line, doing the running with Harry Kane. So it's like it's a 3v2 in the midfield sometimes, and he's not.
If you're protecting your back line, right, Maguire and all of them, and then you got Bellingham right here with a double six, the distance between Bellingham and the fucking front line is massive. And they're
Yeah,
not going to press because then you have acres of space in midfield and you're letting the midfield go. And that's what happens and that's why the front line don't press, because they want to sit back and close that gap between the Bellingham situation and the front line. So they don't press. If you really want to press, you know what press. If you really want to press, everybody has to go shift a bit forward, bro. It's called high line for a reason. Everybody shift up. You get the forwards to be offside. You get the opposition forward to be offside, and you press up. You take them with you. You like that's why you like Maguire and John Stones to be together, because you can sit back, and then you put Bellingham to sit back and play from deep. Then you have a fucking Hendo and all of these other fucking weirdos to be fucking sitting back, and then you don't let Rashford and Sterling and Kane press, and then you're not playing pressing football. All you're doing is sitting back and waiting for the ball to come to you.
Well, he's still in that tournament mode where as long as you don't lose, you're pretty likely to go through. And off a 6-2 win, maybe he just says, "Listen, we put 4 points on the board, and then we see where we have to go over the last game." He knows he's going through. We're gonna go through. I don't think we won't. But it's just his style of football. Go and show the world that we can kill teams. You know, go and try and force the attacking football. There's no point you entering the World Cup if you're going to defend in this manner with that much attacking talent.
It doesn't make sense how you play Mount, Bellingham, and then Rice. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
You want Rice and Bellingham to just sit back and be like bodyguards for John Stones and Maguire. That's what it is.
Crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. And when it comes to playing against the big, that's the only thing. Like, I like to throw a positive on it. We're practicing it for when we play against the big teams. You know, they managed to keep a clean sheet, and we will be a bit more comfortable than, say, France, because obviously France had a difficult time against Denmark, but they weren't trying to defend. France was still trying to play expansive football and attack. But we looked like we were trying to defend, so maybe that will help us.
It would make much more sense if you played a Calvin Phillips and a Rice together and let them sit and let Bellingham be forward up and put Mount on the bench. Yeah, that makes sense because who's a better creator? It's not fucking Mount. It's Bellingham.
It's not. Yeah,
it's way better. Bellingham will one pass, he'll rip the whole team apart with one fucking pass, like the way he found Callum Wilson, and then Callum Wilson set up Jack Grealish. From one pass, he shaved the whole team in half. And you played Mason Mount being that creative person. He wasn't creating shit. Fuck all. Yeah. And you made the number one player, the player who can actually make a long distance pass, sit back with Rice and hold the fucking back line. You do that with the Calvin Phillips. That's what their job is. Calvin Phillips and Rice. Rice can maybe go a bit forward, carry the ball a bit forward, and then pass it to Bellingham and let Bellingham do the rest. And you made fucking, this is what I mean. It doesn't, I don't understand what type of football he thinks he's playing.
Yeah, crazy. Honestly, that's why he needs to leave, man. I've literally seen other managers with lesser teams. I've seen the great construction of the Cameroon team, how they press as a unit. The Japan team, how they're pressing as a unit. I can't remember what team Morocco. I think Hakimi plays for Morocco, not Tunisia. The Morocco side, their pressing is wicked. Really, really good pressing system. The way that they press as a team is amazing. Morocco's team is really good when it comes to pressing.
don't know where this guy's gonna fit Gallagher in there, and then obviously Madison is injured. So if and when Madison is back, how does he fit him in?
Yeah, but when we've spoken about Foden, bro. I listen. I don't like to speak about him. He's Stockport and the other and the lot. He plays for them lot, yeah. But he's a fantastic talent. We're just looking at his ability. I can't hate on the ability, bro. And how have we not managed to fit him in the team? He's not going to be able to play. He's not going to play in the World Cup. Is that what we're saying? Because there's only one game left or 2 games left, really. It should be about 3 or 4. But do you get it? Right now, if we're living in the world right now as it stands, you got one more game.
How are you playing Jack Grealish above Foden? I don't understand.
Yeah,
that don't make sense.
How you take off Jude Bellingham and then put on Jack Grealish, and they're both, in terms of creativity, they're both playing in moments. They've both delivered big moments for their domestic teams and just in general. They play for big moments. Mount's not really that kind of player. He's part of your system and works hard for your team. Why you would take off Jude Bellingham, who can create something for your team, who can score something from nothing, and then put Henderson on, who just spams long balls and just runs around. You've taken off. Yeah, I think Jack Grealish did need to come on. I think it was for Sterling, and that because he is more of a moments player, carries the ball, takes on the burden for the team. Jack Grealish, but he needs to get the selection right, bro. As we're finished.
This is actually the best way to.
It'll be draw.
This is the best way to put it. Bigger Faz and Marcel. England has talent, but the coach driving that Lambo like a Toyota. This is what he's trying to do: economical football with something that is just you let it fly. And you saw, I saw a tactical breakdown. You saw that America they played with 3 at the back, and then middle passes to the left passes to the wing back. Boom, half the fucking pitch is covered and gone. Next thing you know, the ball is actually in the final half of England's section, and I'm like, it took them 3 passes to do that. It took them 3 fucking passes to do that. And if this is how this guy is playing, bro, this is why I'm not. This is why Marcel, with all due respect, I want England to lose. I want England to lose. And also another thing, and I want to say this on the stream, and I'm gonna say it as it is because I keep it 100 with my viewers. I don't dilute like cordial. I keep it straight. England fans don't deserve the World Cup. There are set England fans that don't deserve the World Cup because these are the same people, the set fan base, not all, set fan base, who will give racial slurs if Saka misses a goal, who would put racial slurs if they miss a penalty, who will not die hard back their team. The biggest flip-flop fan base that you could ever find is the England fan base. Brazilian fan base dies for their fucking country. Ecuador will die for their country. Australian fan base, whatever our boys do, we are happy. Majority, a lot of these fan bases of these countries will say, yo, whatever our team do, fine. But the England fans, one thing they do is they overhype themselves with this, it's coming home and yada, yada, yada. They do that. And when reality checks them, they start throwing pints at each other. You saw I don't know if you saw the video where they were throwing pints at each other. And this is why I am glad the World Cup is in a place as beautiful as Qatar and not here. Because imagine the Japanese who are cleaning up stadiums are seeing a bunch of hooligans throwing pints when England drew with USA. And then a guy is fucking pissing in the corner of the stadium.
No, but bro, again, I never think I can't fault what you said. It's very well put and profound in the sense that I'm also glad it's in Qatar because the Western world, and I don't want to get to this section or speak on this too much, but the Western world is producing propaganda saying, the Western, Qataris and all this, the way that they've manifested this World Cup is unjust means and things, and it is. But the Western world, they're very hypocritical to even mention any sort of, political unjust for people's race, cultures, all these kind of things.
Let's say me and you go to Qatar on holiday.
Yeah.
And they say, sorry, Marcel and Faz, we don't serve alcohol here. This is just on holiday. Are you going to complain?
No, I respect the land. These people have been living this way their whole existence. They have been. What authority do I have to come into their country?
Are you gonna take a social media post? Oh, they did not let me fucking have my vodka and all of this.
I respect myself, and I watch the game sober. Oh, and I think they're allowing you to drink in your yard. But I respect the people of their land. That's their land.
What I am doing is I'm wearing your traditional clothes. I'm eating your traditional food. I'm learning your language, and I'm soaking up your culture. That's what I'm going there for. I'm not going there for to fly my own flag. Just like on holiday, I'm not going there to fucking say this is not right, that is not right. Just like I don't expect you to do that if you come here. If you come here, I expect you to understand what we do here. That's how it
Yeah.
should be.
Trey Johnson said it's the World Cup. I understand that, bro. 100%, I understand that, Trey. But in my mind, you like there's things that are bigger than the World Cup, and respect and understanding the land of the law of the land wherever you're going is important. You know, respecting other people's homes. You go into somebody else's house, I'm gonna respect their house, man. I'm washing up the plate after I'm finished.
Yep.
I'm putting their chair, but I'm not giving them that responsibility. I'm looking up. I want to treat their home with respect. It's the same
Yep.
thing with the country, bro. This, and it's just the World Cup. It's just the World Cup. Yes, it's the World Cup, and we're all here obsessed about football. That's why we're up here to this time talking about it. That's why we're talking about it, tweeting about it, watching it. But respect the land. You can go and watch the games. I would love to be able to go and watch go and watch the games there. I don't need to drink. I really don't. And I would love to enjoy a drink. But if the country and the law of the land says no, I respect their country. It's very,
Exactly.
very simple. And
Exactly.
for us, for our country to be spewing negativity of any sort about their how they've conducted things, it speaks massive
Listen,
hypocrisy.
the
This
the
country is
the
built on those kind of negativity things that I don't want to go into, but we have to kind of just respect it and understand it. And they've produced a good World Cup in terms of sporting excellence. It's been really good, bro.
if the same people who are saying all of this about okay, they are not representing LGBTQ and all of this, well, how come you lot don't make the same type of fuss when Rashford and Saka are getting monkey emojis in their Instagram pictures after they've had a bad fucking game? Where the hell is that voice then? Where the hell is them the watches that you be wearing, rainbow watches? Or you're saying no to racism armband does fuck all.
Yeah, yeah,
Does fuck all.
yeah.
When
I
I
think.
am sat in an executive seat in Old Trafford, and the Caucasian guy behind me says, "Mane has gone to Afcon. If it was me, I would not go to Afcon because I'd catch AIDS." Where's the uproar for them, man?
Mm.
Where's the shit for that? But there ain't. There ain't. But when
Honestly,
it comes to this,
I
say it
try
as it
to live.
is.
I try to live in a world where I don't give too much power to these things by talking about the hypocrisy so much, because it's like I'm giving them validation. They know that I know that they exist, kind of thing. But at the same time, you kind of have to talk about it to kind of call people out on the hypocrisy. So it's a really peculiar and quite interesting dynamic that way, in that way, because even it's like again in their country they don't believe in certain things, or and the armband, for example. They don't believe in that kind of thing, but it's like at the same time that's how they represent things in their country. Maybe you can do things in other ways, but it's just that football and the world, it's like they're big. It's like we're trying to use football as a martyr for
Yep.
political means and other things, and
Yep.
very, very weird. Well, not weird,
It's so
very,
weird.
very
It's weird. No,
powerful
for me,
things
it's
that
weird.
people
For
are
me, it's
doing.
weird because you knew what the hell Russia was doing when you gave Russia the World Cup.
Mm,
You knew, and when Russia did whatever they did with Ukraine, you sanctioned the Russian freaking squad.
mm,
Right. Well, if you sanctioned Russian squad for what Russia did to another country, which is extremely appalling. Well, when Germany is on your land and disrespecting your country, putting hand over their mouth, well, but Germany is Germany, bro. Let's not fucking say nothing, right? It's Germany. Let's get big team, bro. Yeah, let's not do nothing. I don't understand. And when Qatar relaxes its own laws for your people,
mm.
when they turn around and say, "Now we're not having Budweiser," like you didn't know Qatar was gonna do that already, but then they said, "All right, then go on, then we'll
It's,
do it, bro." Now what? I don't
bro,
get
it's,
it. If you
it's
don't want to go,
ignorance.
if you don't like it, don't go. Simple
Exactly,
as. If
exactly,
you're
bro.
all about that, don't go.
Exactly, bro. It's ignorance at the highest level. It's just like, for example, when I go to a different country, I like to say at least a few words in their mother tongue. I don't like to come to another country and I expect them to speak how I speak. I hate that kind of thing. I'm always like, I like to speak. I like to be around someone that understands their language, or I can at least say a good 10 or 20 sentences in their language, or be able to communicate them in their tongue, because it just shows that you're respecting what they're about and where they're from. And for us to be complaining about alcohol, the only thing, I don't care about money. I think in the comment section, someone is saying, "Oh, they're a money hungry country. They've lost a ton of money." I don't think the Qataris are worried about money. It's in terms of their government, the assets within their country. I don't think they're worried about money and anytime soon. So.
And the same people who complain, or the similar people who complain about the Qatar situation, are the same people who would want Qatar to come and buy Man United. Man, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So in that regard, I don't know, man. But they've produced a good World Cup so far.
I'm glad England didn't get the World Cup. I'm glad. And you know why they're doing it as well?
I hope they get far, bro. I do hope they get far.
No,
I'm not. I don't want.
No, I mean the World Cup isn't hosted here. I'm glad the World Cup isn't hosted here.
Yeah, but it will be one day, though, bro. It has to be at some stage.
They don't even say how good the public transport is. They made public transport free.
Is it?
Qatar made public transport free.
Yeah, see?
To go to the stadiums.
Yeah, see? Bro, honestly, but
imagine.
Again,
do you think they're gonna make the Elizabethan line or the Jubilee line? Are you gonna make Jubilee line free?
Nah, most probably not. But we'll campaign for it. I'm pretty sure people in the country that will complain to their, Sadiq Khan, I believe it is, the local mayor in London. Will complain to these kind of people about it. I'm sure when it comes closer to it. I'm pretty sure he'll do something nice for
they're having Budweiser man of the match in Qatar, bro. In a Muslim country.
Yeah,
in a Muslim country, they're having Budweiser man of the match. If that doesn't mean that they have relaxed whatever they need to do for the World Cup, I don't know what the fuck you lot are saying, but every fucking game, it is Budweiser man of the match. If you don't think there are Qataris who are pissed off, but have swallowed their pride, they've swallowed their pride to say, right, go on now. I'll let the world come into our house, and I will relax my laws and rules on my national television for your benefit. Budweiser man of the match. Then I don't know what the fuck you lot want to do or else, man. It don't make sense. Budweiser man of the match.
I can't say anything more on top of that. You've said it perfectly.
Here you go,
word, bro.
So, anyways, big up everyone. Thank you all for joining the stream. I'm going to wrap it up.
Don't leave quickly. Can you? I beg you, tell people the fact you're actually not. They must already know, but I want to know. What do you think of Brazil? What, like, there's no Neymar, bro. You know, we were talking Joga Benito, football, Anthony. There's no Neymar, bro. Quickly.
I think Neymar's first game was appalling.
Appalling.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I expect, bro. This guy's supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to be the GOAT, bro. Right now, he's supposed to be the fucking guy carrying this World Cup. Every fucking thing is plastered about him. Brazil is Neymar. Brazil is not Rafinha. Brazil is not fucking Anthony. He's not Thiago. It's nobody. World Cup is Brazil. There's three players: Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar. That's it. Messi just showed what he can do. Ronaldo needs to show what he needs to do, and Neymar is the guy. And Neymar at the first game, bro, he showed fuck all, bro. Fuck all. Nothing. Richarlison is the guy for Brazil right now, bro. What the fuck is that, bro? This is what I mean. Do you think Richarlison scores that goal against Everton? No, he doesn't. It's the World Cup. You come here to do World Cup things. You come here to show off, show out. That's what you do, bro. Saudi Arabia versus Argentina. Messi was on the pitch and he wasn't wearing an Argentinian shirt. That guy who scored that fucking right foot rocket. Did you see how many players he beat?
Yeah.
This is what I mean. It's the World Cup. You turn up, you show out. And Neymar, for me, he disappointed me in that first game. I was not happy at all. I really, really want him. He is the biggest X Factor player in the World Cup, and he needs to take the World Cup to the people. You know, he needs to deliver. He needs to finally fulfill. Brazil winning the World Cup without Neymar is going to be bigger problem for Neymar than Brazil losing out. He needs to bring the World Cup home. It is his job. It is his responsibility from his hierarchy, ancestors, R9, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, all of them old heads. This is it. Win your World Cup, hang your boots, pop belly, beach, goodbye. Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
The perfect end to the story. What Ronaldo and Messi couldn't do, you deliver. Go back to your club, try and win the Champions League, collect your Ballon d'Or, and call it a day. Call it a day.
No,
But I must say it as it is. This
no,
is
I
your
agree.
year.
No, I agree with that. I just think so. I've got another topic based off of that question, but and if you've got time for it, but
No,
so
go on, go on, go on.
so okay, so then I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you, but I think Messi's got that same story arc in terms of he's the ancestry of previous greats from his nation have delivered this. You need to deliver this. So I think there's a battle between them two. I think Mbappe still feels like he has the divine right to world football still. So he's in that kind of conversation where he has to carry his country, quote unquote. He doesn't really have to. He's got a lot of superstars around him. So it's a bit easier for him compared to Messi's situation. And, well, Messi's situation. Messi's situation is worse out of all three of them. But for me, I don't know. What I was going to say, I think the number 10, the way Neymar plays it, the way Messi plays it, even the way Neymar plays it, I think it's dying. I think that role is dying out. And that's what I was going to come
And
to.
he
And
plays
I
more to
think,
the left, by the way. Neymar plays more to the left. Messi plays more
yeah,
to the right.
right. So, yeah, okay. So, but just when they come into that 10 role, I feel like, that type of player, that maverick player from that 10 area, I think it's dying out. I could be wrong, but did play in the 10 for Belgium? Or was it Hazard?
No, I think it was Hazard.
Is it Hazard? Yeah,
But
I
again,
think.
Hazard was again very high up on the pitch as well. Very, very high
Yeah,
up
he
on
was
the pitch.
playing left. I think he was
It's
playing
not
more for
a
left.
it's not a 10-ish role. I swear. I don't see. You
Mm,
could say how do you say he played a 10 when he doesn't? Nobody does.
mm.
It's almost like football doesn't have a formation at times.
Yes. And that's because of how the 10 plays it. That's how their 10, like, when so there's like a second striker type 10, or there's this I give you the keys
Free
kind of
roam.
10. Yeah,
Yeah, free roam 10.
free roam 10. And when they're playing that way in that area, if you're not creating and doing what that 10, what we think that 10 does, that Ronaldinho, that Diego Maradona, that, if they're not doing that, then it's like they're almost out the game. The new system is having the eights, whereas the rate of productivity is shared between your eight partner. It's very ambidextrous. You can go through the left or right. It's not very predictable because it's not one left-footed. Obviously, left-footed is going to turn out to the left, or obviously right-footed, so it's going to turn out to the right kind of player. It's more ambidextrous, and I think the modern kind of game is going to kind of find yourself having a 10 that can drop into the 8, or just 2 8s. Having Messi having all that pressure at 36 years old, can't do the dynamic runs. In every game that he used to play as a 10 before, he used to just run with the ball, carry the ball, or he'll be able to make the 5-10 yard dash very quickly into the box. It doesn't look like he can produce that now.
No, he's playing much deeper now. You saw him how deep he goes in now. You saw how deep he goes in to receive the ball. And that's the same situation with Bruno, how deep he has to go in to receive the ball. With this 10 position now, I think it's more of a you just get given the role. I think this is something I was saying before, why I appreciate Bruno so much is as a 10 as well. How many tackles he collects, man. Jesus, Lord have mercy. As a 10, how many tackles do you fucking collect? I don't understand. The guy's body looks like he works in a shop, and yet he's collecting tackle after tackle. Nobody picks up on this. His body must take a beating. Yet he's doing it, and
Are we
his
talking about
work
Bruno?
rate is impeccable. Yeah, his work
We're
rate
talking
off the
about, yeah.
ball. Bruno, constant hunting, the only 10 constantly hunting. And then you compare Neymar and Messi on the same 10 position, not chasing the ball, nothing off the ball. But then what they do is on the ball, they'll find you that fucking pass, won't they? That's it. They'll find you that pass that pass alone is worth 50, 60, 70 million.
Yeah.
They'll find you that pass.
So really, really good points there in terms of what different types of 10s. So Bruno, the reason why I've always supported Bruno is because I feel like his character, his personality, is similar to myself. I can see it. That's why I feel like I was one of the first to say it, because I can see it. He loves this club. He would die for this club, and he had the keys. He had the free roam role, and he was a killer. He was one of the best that we've ever seen in recent years for Man United. So he has that taste for it. And now he just wants to show everyone that he can still do it for us. And he's not been able to give that opportunity properly. And we're not playing to his strengths anymore. So he's had to evolve his game, that kind of thing. But he puts so much work in that 10 area. And then he has a little bit, not fully the level to Messi and but he has that end product as well. when we're talking about Messi now, this guy is outside of tactical instruction. You can't really tell him what to do because he's so productive at, scoring goals, assisting. It's like these kind of players outside of tactical instruction. You can't tell Messi to press. If
Nope.
you let him attack 9 times out of 10, he's going to score. There's going to be a production of goals. That's the hardest thing to do in this game.
If
So
Bruno's if Bruno's passing was 30% better than what it is with, or maybe even if his overall passing had higher conversion, what I mean, pass completion. If that was higher, he would be a much better, all-rounded accepted player.
yeah,
His
and
passing just isn't always there, and that's the issue. He
yeah,
rushes the ball.
yeah. He does too much, way too much, and he needs to have a bit more intelligence. But it's because he wants to play forward, bro. If you get runners around him, we've just seen Rafael Real. He just wants to break the lines. Rafael just wants to find where can I get beyond this defensive line because that means the next action is shooting towards the goal.
Mm.
Same with Rashford. Same with João Felix. These players want to break lines, and all Bruno wants to do is give them the ball
Same with
beyond the line.
Martial.
Yeah, do you get it? And once you've got players like that, you see a better Bruno. And then even because Bruno likes to make shadow runs or second runs, and then you've got a player that understands when he wants to do it in Martial, they've got good interchange and link up and synergy between, okay, yeah, you're dropping in, you want to drop in and get on the ball, I'll go and make the last man run. You just need players that understand Bruno's game and you can get the best level of Bruno. It's very obvious to me, very extremely obvious. But someone just mentioned, by the way, and I have to say this because they just mentioned it, one of my favorite players, Riquelme. Will Chan has just mentioned Riquelme's role. If Bruno had a bit more of that, but it takes high level, ridiculously high level IQ. If he had a bit more of that, just intelligence, passing to the right players at the right time, a lot of clever stuff, he would be a much better 10. But he will never get to Messi's 10 because Messi's 10 requires running with the ball, and dribbling with the ball. Ronaldinho, Maradona. It requires them to dribble with the ball a lot more, and
Yeah,
Bruno hasn't got that.
and Bruno hasn't got that. That's another
Yeah.
issue, which Kevin De Bruyne does, which Kevin De Bruyne can do, is carry the fucking ball, and make a pass, and make and a free kick, and shoot in. And this is where Bruno falls short at times. We know the thing is, one of the first, I think his first season or the second season, his shooting was impeccable, man. Bruno's
Yeah.
just disappeared, just fucking disappeared. I don't get it. I don't get
Yeah.
it. And
So the Ronaldo effect. I think the biggest issue of everyone, bro, was the Ronaldo effect. So in every team, there is the man. In every team, in every single team that has ever worked out, there's been one guy in that team that is the man. And once you convert from Bruno being the man and having the keys, I'm allowed to shoot when I want. I take the penalties. I take the free kicks. I take the throw-ons. That's what it was. Bruno FC on the Ollie. It was
But
everything.
for Bruno, I think for me, Bruno will be amazing if he has players around him that can dictate tempo, players around him that are competent to hold the ball. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? You
Yeah.
need to be competent, and you need to be able to come in and take the ball off him, or again break that line and get the ball. But I don't know. The Premier League is almost like the Premier League have figured out Bruno. They close him
Almost.
down
Yeah.
so quick. Yeah, they close him down so quick. They make him rush. They make him go deep. The way they press, the way they foul him, the way they tackle him, he almost gets under his skin. It gets under his skin.
Facts. I don't think you're wrong. I think he does. I think he is a weak. Like he has deficiencies, if you want to say that word, deficiencies. I think that he's not good at. I think every player has that. But if you want to get the best out of Bruno, and the best out of Bruno is competing toe to toe with KDB, I think you have to have other players that understand his game and his system. KDB is in a system.
It's too late now.
You think it's too late?
It's too late. They're both too old. I need a young 10.
Okay, well, name me some young 10s, bro.
Yeah.
Name me some young 10s, bro.
Enzo.
Is he a 10? I think he's a fantastic 8, and he's
Enzo.
really good. Did you see the goal?
Felix.
The goal? Okay.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Fuck is that goal, bro? Serious, man. That curl was serious. The
Worldy.
drop shoulder, step over, boom. Wow,
Worldy, Worldy.
Yeah,
and it's more it's more fitting because he kind of arrives in that position, and it's Messi that's giving him the ball, saying, "Look, do something with it."
Felix could be the guy, but I don't know Felix's defensive chores, if he'll be able to do it. He doesn't. I don't know if he has track back FC, as they call it. But yeah, Frankie De Jong is there. Who else? It's weird enough when you say 10, more 8s come into my mind.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
that's what I'm trying to say to you, bro. Like,
I would have said a Pogba, but Pogba is not here anymore, so I don't even want to.
like, give me the 10, and the 10 that I keep going to, who I think is going to win the Ballon d'Or, who I think is an outstanding talent, who I think is going to become the best in the world one day, is Musiala. That's the only one that I can think of as a
Musiala is
young.
one, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that every time.
Xavi Simons.
Is he good enough? I need to watch more of him. I'm not going to say. What do you think of him? That's the question to you.
Xavi Simons is amazing, bro.
He's amazing.
Xavi Simons is amazing, bro.
I need to watch more of him.
Bro, for his age, this kid is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whoa, Xavi Simons, man. I wanna bring him to Old Trafford, man. Chat, let me know what you think about Xavi Simons.
But again, I would put him in as, like, when I ask people, name me some young 10s, I automatically, I feel like they're shouting 8s. I feel like Simons is more of an 8. No?
Xavi Simons, people say is 8, but it's a stretch, but he's very young, man.
Yeah.
Very fucking young. You know, these players, man, they're serious. Xavi Simons. There is a conversation to be had about Hakpo. You know, he can play a 10. But again, you're looking for a 10 that will do a Wayne Rooney-esque job, but we can't, you know, the 10 doesn't exist anymore, man. I think the 10 has to play an 8, and 8 becomes a 10. So
agree with you.
yeah.
Agree with you. Like, because you're saying Xavi Simons, but, you know, in 3 years he could.
Kobe Mayo is a fucking 10.
Who?
Kobe Mayo is a fucking 10.
You would have to tell me more. You have to tell me more than 8. All the videos
is an 8.
I was about to say, yeah, 8 or 6. I would even put him as a 6. All the videos that I've seen him, he drives with the ball from the 6 area, but he starts off. He looks like a Frankie de Jong. You know, we're talking about Zidane Iqbal being, you know, Frankie de Jong-esque. Kobe also looks Frankie de Jong-esque.
He's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Kobe's cold, man.
Yeah. I trust it. I trust what you're saying.
Yo,
trust what you're saying.
But listen, Man United goalkeeper is fucking cold, bro.
You said Kovac, innit? You said, yeah, Kovac.
Manchester United's under 21 goalkeeper, under 23, under 21 goalkeeper is fucking cold, bro. What the fuck, man? Tall, throwing pin. How do you throw the ball so pinpoint? Wow.
So why you get, so you know so what? You know about this goalkeeper and what?
I do.
You still want
my
the hair in
jaw
goal?
was on the floor. My jaw was on the fucking floor.
You still want the hair in goal? When are we gonna change, guys? Honestly, bro. Like, let me know. When is this gonna change? We're gonna be. It's like having a toaster in
Diego Costa.
It's like having a toaster from 04. That's what it is. You got that.
I was about to invest in Diego Costa, but right now it looks like I think I should have invested in fucking Netherlands keeper. You know, the Netherlands keeper is fucking
that old man.
Massive. The Netherlands keeper is a fucking. Is it the Netherlands keeper? That's massive.
I don't know.
Netherlands keeper. That's
I thought he's
massive.
old. I was an old guy. He's an old guy.
Mexican keeper as well is there, but I thought Diego
I've
Costa
been
would
looking
have been
at
that guy, but I don't know that role. Anyways, that role. To be honest, I'm gonna be fair with you, Marcel. That role happens. It happens to the best of them. It's nothing. Let's be honest. It's all right. It's all right. It happens to the best of them. It's nothing. It's not. It's not crazy. It happens.
Yeah, he got away with it as well. So it's blessings. It's blessings. I'm very happy that he made that mistake. It's gonna make him more. It's gonna wake him up now. He realized he's got a £75 million price tag, and now he's making these mistakes. No. That's not gonna last.
Yeah.
It's not gonna last. Fix it up. And I'm glad that happened to him because he's got the world class ability. He's got the cat reflexes. He's got the passing ability. All this is going to 10 yards up, higher up the pitch. It's going to benefit us in the long run.
Who's the keeper that made an amazing save today? What keeper
double
was
save,
it, man?
Poland.
He just held the ball. Boom! Like no, not double save.
Oh, he caught it. It was Argentina's keeper.
Yeah, Argentina's keeper. What's his name?
Martinez from Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, Martinez, fantastic keeper as well.
Yeah, man, that save shut me up, bro. I was like, what kind of save is that? Well, how do you even stop? How do you even hold the ball, bro? Like not even parry it away.
Nah. I've shown you videos. You've been getting onto. You've gotten to me about it.
But again, he's 30 years old, going into 31. It's old now.
Yeah,
it's old, man. keeper market is looking sticky. But I think Diogo Costa is still the guy. You know, he could still be that guy. He could still be that guy. This World
He
Cup
is.
will only show us more. Will only show us more.
He
England
is.
have got Ramsdale. Arsenal got Ramsdale. He's all right. He's all right, but he doesn't start over Pickford. But yeah, that under 21 keeper, bro, for Man United. Oh my goodness, what
I'm
the
gonna,
fuck,
so
bro?
I'm gonna look at him. So then, you haven't got any other players for me to watch? Ecuadorian
Hardly,
right back, Gavi,
hardly. Oh, for
Gavi,
for World Cup,
World Cup. Yeah,
Gavi,
what games are on tomorrow?
Caicedo. Okay, Japan is on tomorrow. So tomorrow we have Japan versus Costa Rica,
I love
which
Japan
is
the way they play.
a good, yeah, good. Did you know Japanese keeper who, Gonda, his name is,
Mm,
um, he they beat Germany.
mm.
Gonda is worth Sancho's wage. 2 weeks of Sancho's wage is Gonda's current net value. And Gonda, the current Japanese keeper, for every one save that Manuel Neuer made, he made 8. And Gonda currently plays in the Japanese league, and his team is 17th in the league. His team is one above relegation. And that's World Cup effect for you.
Yeah, this is the beauty of the World Cup, man, and this is the beauty of marketing, because a goalkeeper that's not as good as a likes of Manuel Neuer, he could be successful. It's just that we don't know. We just have no knowledge on these players. It's like I mentioned about Saud Abdul Hamid for Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia, the fullback, and it's like a lot of people are like, oh no, he's rubbish. Da, da, da. But then when I speak to people from that part of the world, they're like, no, this
Yeah.
guy's brilliant. He's a young up and coming player, 22, might not do well in Europe. Might do well, but he's an up and coming star in our country,
Yeah.
and he's doing very well. So it's just all about perspective, marketing, how these
We
players
got
are
loads of
marketed.
big players playing tomorrow, because we got Japan. Obviously, Japan playing tomorrow. Then we have Belgium and Morocco playing tomorrow as well. Moroccan side, who've got a couple of ballers in their side as well. You've got Buffon. Obviously, you've got ZH as well in there to see what they do.
I love
Um,
Morocco's team, bro. I
but
love
you've
watching
got
them play.
Mazraoui injured, Hakimi injured.
Yeah.
Couple players injured, so a couple big names injured. So we'll see what they do. And then you have Croatia and Canada. Croatia being a very respectfully old side, man.
Yeah.
Very old side, man. Therefore, go and
Rubbish
look at their
football.
forwards, man.
Oh,
Fucking
oh.
Ante 31, Kramaric, I think 31.
Yeah, Kramaric, yeah.
Perisic 34, 33.
Mm.
Petkovic, nearly 29, 30. I think 20, 29, 28, something like that. Defenders again, all nearly touching 30s. Couple of young players in there. But then there again, you go to their midfield. Modric 37. Kovacic
Still
29,
dictating
28.
midfields, though.
Still dictating
Still
midfield. Yeah,
dictating
Modric.
midfields at 37.
Brozovic, 30 years old.
Yeah, poor.
And then you have the most boring game out of the lot, which is Spain versus Germany tomorrow. Yeah, Spain versus Germany. I think
You
that's
saw
the
that
most
to me. I can't lie.
boring game.
That's the
Yeah?
most boring one.
Yeah, the most boring game for
Is that
me
the
was
last
going to
one?
be
Is that the
Spain.
last one?
That's the last one, man, for a Sunday evening. Glad I'm going to KG's show and not watching that boring game.
Oh, we're missing it.
Yeah, we're going to miss it. Obviously, we're going to miss it.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it there, man. When I'm in there, I might have to get the
Open
alert or something.
thing. Yeah, open the thing.
Get
But
the-
I don't think we'll get to watch it because they kick off at 7. I think the show starts at 7.
Alright, cool. Yeah, we'll miss it.
So we'll see. But yeah, that's me really. World Cup, we'll see what I think. Neymar comes back after the group stage, and that'll be perfect. They'll go through their group anyways. They don't really look like they'll be in danger in their group. With all due respect to the other teams, they got like Switzerland. They should be able to handle Switzerland. And then they've got I think after Switzerland, they've got Cameroon. And they should be easily handle Cameroon as well. Cameroon not really showing anything. If they beat Switzerland though tomorrow, they're through.
Mm.
Yeah, if they beat
All right.
Switzerland tomorrow.
Interesting. There's a lot going on tomorrow, man.
Yeah, there's a lot going. There's a lot going to. Oh no, they're playing Monday. Sorry, they're playing Monday. They're playing
Oh,
Monday. Brazil playing Monday, and Portugal playing Monday as well. So back to back heavy hitting games that we get to see. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it. We'll see as the World Cup progresses. The final group stage games get played after this week. And we'll see, man. After that is the knockout round straight in. I think there's a little gap for the knockout rounds, 2 days gap, and then we're back in.
mhm.
We're back in. But yeah, man, that's it. Big up to yourself for coming through.
Of
Do you
course,
see how
man.
quick time goes? 2 hours, boom,
Yeah,
gone.
that was yeah. I said to you 10 minutes, 2 hours ago,
Yeah,
or,
that's
or
what
maybe a little
happens
bit
on.
less, or maybe 20 minutes
That's what
ago.
happens, man. That's what happens on my streams. We start talking with the members, we start talking with the chat, and boom, next thing you know, it's 2-3 hours gone. Because I don't keep it scripted. I just go with the flow. But big up for
That's
coming
better.
through, Marcel.
No, I
We'll
appreciate
do
you,
we'll
man.
do more of these things. We'll do more of these things as well. We'll
Hundred
do more
percent,
of
bro.
these
Hundred
things.
percent, man. I
But
appreciate you, man, and thanks to
no, I
everyone for being
appreciate
part.
you, man. As always, as always. Make sure you go and check out Marcel's Twitter as well, man. A lot of David De Gea hate on his Marcel, but recently he's decided to calm it down with David De Gea. And if you go check his Twitter as well, Marcel 11 or 10, which is actually the positions he likes to play. So his Twitter actually is Marcel 11 or 10. So
Yeah,
Marcel 11 or 10. So he clearly loves the 10 position. He really desperately loves the 10 position, and that's why the love for Bruno as well. But yeah, make sure you go check him out. Marcel knows boss. Sometimes when he hasn't had his porridge in the morning, he's sometimes missing, bro. Because Harry Kane, last time I checked, has 6 goals in for England in the World Cup. Not one goal for Harry Kane, but that assist was serious. That assist was serious.
it was, bro.
But that I'm not putting there. But him getting that assist makes me think, are you a 10? Are you not a 9?
Yeah. So
I don't
funny
know.
enough, I've said that later on in his career, I think he drops into the 10 to prolong his career. But he's got what makes him so special is the goal scoring ability. So not
Mm,
many. If you put him as a 10, you got not many 10s have that goal scoring ability. So you might as well hold him up front. His back to goal is brilliant. The link up play. So I think he kind of has to be a 9, but he needs to be a bit more disciplined now. He needs to stay
true.
up there a bit more.
True. But yeah, big up Marcel. Thank you for joining me. We'll do more of this stuff as well as the
Hundred
World Cup
percent,
goes
bro.
on.
Hundred
Big up
percent.
to everyone in the chat as well. Marcel, I'm going to let you go, man. I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much, Marcel, for joining. Make sure you go check out his Twitter. He's been here. He's past his sleeping time. He's past his beauty sleep time. Big up to everyone as well. Make sure if you are supporting the channel and you want more shows like this, if you just want more shows, support the thing, man. Become a member. Members get to come up on the stream as well. Members get to join the members only group chat. But I must notify you guys of something. The members only group chat is not for everyone. There are members who are on the group chat, and there are members who are not on the group chat. There are members who are on the group chat that don't talk. But the members only group chat is a way of you coming closer to me and getting to know me on a more personal level as well. So do join with some sort of caution, because my members only chat, I kind of call it the Planet Faz Zoo. Yeah, is interesting in there. But yeah, big up to everyone. Thank you all for joining. Lots of shows coming, lots of stuff coming next year. Abroad trips are coming, lots of things are coming. So yeah, man, big up to everyone. Thank you all for joining. Back live again tomorrow. Going to KG's show, so I might have to do the live from somewhere. I might do the live remotely from somewhere, but we'll do the live somehow. We will do the live somehow. Dizzy 24/7, man. That's it. That's it. Group chat is violent. See, this guy knows, man. The banter is crazy. Big up Junior as well. One of the latest members of Planet Fast is big up Cell. Always good inside, bro. Thanks, Fast. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Great show. Yeah, we'll do more, man. We will for sure do more. And with that being said, peace, love, and guidance. Enjoy your evening. Thank you very much. I'm out.